The police got the Aboriginal trackers again and the troopers, and they raided this place early in the morning. Got them all, whoever they could pick up, they got them. And they tied their hands behind their backs like that, see? And tied a rope from a neck to the other one and led them along like a mob of camels, I suppose. And then the big moment came then, so the white police got up on top and they got stationed around behind the trees and everything without the Aboriginal people knowing. And they gave them these Snider rifles, see? And here were all these Aboriginal in a little circle then, they had them all in there. Supposed to have been 250 of them in there, see? So they opened fire on them. One Aboriginal trooper tried to make a run for it, but the police shot him straight away because he didn't do his job, see? When they came into the land, they came in to take over the land. They wanted to live in the land, so they had to get the Aboriginal people out of the road, see?
The bulk of the tribe had to move out of those dairy and timber industries, then sort of push back. And they came into the interior. So they moved and they settled, most of them settled along where we are now. They even tried waging war, defending themselves. And they said, have you ever heard of a place called Barn Knob or Barn Hill? Barn Knob. And they were Aboriginal soldiers, you see, defending this part of the country from that part that they pushed back. You don't see this in white history. Thousands of Aboriginal died at Barn Knob so that these mob can push in.
The European brought their stock in, see? So the first thing happened there, the Aboriginal people didn't know what this big four-legged thing walking around, too big for a dog. So they speared it, and when they killed it, they found it was good to eat, so they didn't eat the whole bullock, but they did, cut some off it. There was a time when we were cutting cane at a place called Tully. I was 16 at the time. I was cutting with my father and we went into town one afternoon. And just on dark, this old Aboriginal man comes along. And he put his hand on my head like that and he said, stay with you. And now you're leader of your... And I thought, 16-year-old, you got to be joking, Dad said to me, he said, you know who that bloke is? I said, no. He said, you ever heard of Wild Jimmy? I said, oh yeah, only what you told me. He said, that was him. Well, I shook there because he's a very respected person, this Wild Jimmy. What he said, it had to be, what we would call now a half-caste race, descendants from that Barbarrum and Chinese. Most of the Barbarrum people are from the Chinese race too, see?
Which is why a lot of people say we're unique. I don't know how, but...
To accommodate the young woman, give them homes, and to grow up civilised, and they all had good homes. They married men with properties and all that sort of thing. Miners, and builders and farmers. They'd marry them off. Anybody who wanted to marry them. And at the time the Chinese came out here and they wanted wives. They took to the Aboriginal women, see? And if they wanted an Aboriginal wife, they had to apply legally through the courts, through authority. And they matchmake them.
And like they always point out the Asian bit, and you know, well, how did you get this? User, you know, use got Chinamen and using stuff. But we can't class ourselves as Chinese because we're black, you know.
There's some full-blood people, but they still got the features of that Chinese, because it just happened like. That's why I said there was many Aboriginal women who married off onto Chinese men, because they were productive, like they were farmers, they were miners, they were everything, these Chinese people. They were very high-class people. So we live a free life, but still, the white people used to watch us too, because in the sight of them, their eyes, as long as you had some sort of black skin, you're a black fella, see? You're an Aboriginal then. Well, I'm proud to be called an Aboriginal anyway.
I can't class myself as in a full blood, and I can't class myself as Asian, so... But I class myself as just an Aboriginal. It's easier. Well, that's what I am.
When our mother died, she died fairly young. There'd nobody ever taken any of the kids and reared them. No white people. They were reared in their own family with the father and brothers and sisters, all of us. So we know about each other.